Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
I've been hearing that a little extra this week, dude.
Dude. Oh, yeah, you have. That. not even going to get into that, dude. Wait, you know what? Might as well. Am I going to get whitelisted on that GTA server or what, dude?
Send a message.
You're already on that server. I've seen you.
That's true. I have seen you on the server, in all fairness.
That's bull. That was bull. How you guys doing, dude?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic, dude. Update on the mowing situation.
Yeah.
Got a riding mower.
Let's go.
Did the whole lawn in like 45 minutes.
Yep.
But since the lawn was so high, there's just lawn everywhere, like trails everywhere.
It'll exist for a couple days. It'll be all right.
That's what I'm saying. Trish is like, this doesn't look much better.
It will.
I'm like, it will.
It's a process.
Now I can stay on top of it. You know?
You can tell Trish that Alexandra was looking at what I was doing a couple weeks ago. And I said, hey, it's a process. And today, 2 weeks later, nicest it's ever looked.
Beautiful, dude. And then there's this section.
Dead grass?
What's up?
Did you rake the dead grass? Like you got to eventually when it dies,
dude,
rake it or else it's going to kill it. If you got too much, it kills the grass underneath it.
I'm going to hit it again in like 3 days and throw it in a different direction.
Up like leaves, Abe.
That'll work.
Oh, dude,
that's the same thing as raking it.
Bro,
you're just like that?
Bro, if you could, bro, there's like trails going down the whole road like this tall. Like it's bad. It'll get good though. It's part of the process.
Part of the process.
Part of the process.
Yeah, you know, like some trimmings are actually good for it.
That's what I told Trisha to.
That's true.
You know, try to end the conversation.
No, but it's actually, you know, there's such thing as excess, but it is to an extent it's true.
Yeah, and there's no such thing as excess, as they always say.
They do say.
I just like that you went from an electric mower to a rider mower. Like you skipped over. You went right to the premium.
Well, I bought this mower 8 years ago when I was at my mom's house. I went to my mom's house and we have a guy that goes to mow her house, so she doesn't use it anymore. So I was like, I'm just gonna go take it. That mower's got history, actually, and we've probably talked about it before.
How far you ride that bitch?
Oh, is that the one you crashed into the fence?
That's the one I crashed through the fence, yes. But now that I understand manual gears and how to drive a manual car, it makes much more sense to me. I didn't understand it at first, so I just drove it right through that fence. I got whiskey throttle and just went right through. Anyway, we're here. We're about to have a wonderful time. I'm excited. I'm excited to get into that GTA server. What do you say we get into it?
We got Abe.
All right. Well, so to start off, we do have some angry gamers, but they're the right gamers to be angry because they're cheaters. All right. Because Activision just won a landslide.
Whoa! Hold on now. Did we roll the clip or what?
The cheaters eat the peas, man.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry. Roll the clip.
Yeah, suck peas, cheaters.
I'm just so excited to talk about angry cheaters. I jumped ahead of myself.
That's firm and fair. Go ahead.
So Activision, who we've talked about on this podcast before, usually in a negative light, but Activision has won a landslide lawsuit against the cheating company or cheating engine that is, let me get their exact name again. Engine Owning UG is the name of the company. So they host a cheat engine that you could download and then play with cheats in specifically targeting Warzone. So the judgment that they won levies over $14 million in damages and requires Engine Owning UG to turn over their domain to Activision. So basically they can't host that domain anymore. So anybody that was on there previously, that Activision now controls that site. Now, specifically the language in this lawsuit too actually used something that's pretty much an ugly term usually for us as well, DMCA, in their argument, because this engine specifically was designed to go around Ricochet, which is Activision's anti-cheat service. So because they blatantly targeted and bypassed their anti-cheat engine, it falls under the same rules as DMCA with like bypassing copyright and things like that. So as a result, they got crushed in this lawsuit, and this is the first major cheating lawsuit we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's incredibly exciting and definitely a step in the right direction. I mean, it's nice to see Activision utilize their resources for good for once. It's like all that money just in a law firm, you know, doing something right to actually better the gaming experience for the people who play their games is big because they understand that it affects their bottom line pretty significantly. And if you can have a positive impact on a pretty prevalent cheating problem that Warzone has, you know, it's going to help them in the long run, 100%. And it's going to help them make more money. So I'm glad. You know, the problem is, of course, the games that are big enough to be able to do this are usually the games that aren't that good to begin with. Because they're kind of too big. You know what I mean? Like the people that can actually hawk down these cheaters individually, punish them, get a ruling, see it through. Like the games that are getting created from a place of passion are not devs that have the you know, the resources to be able to do this sort of thing. Which unfortunately means the cheaters will even further focus their efforts where they won't receive any negative consequences. So
this does set legal precedent now, though, to presumably make it easier for those smaller companies to target litigation.
All it takes is one, dude. First one through the door.
Yeah.
So this is huge. So let me just get a little more clarity. These people are cheaters. It's not like a modding community that's modding things outside of the gaming servers. They have like mod servers. It's not that.
No, this is
these guys
straight
are literally
up
cheating in game.
They are downloading a cheat engine in order to upload cheats into the game, and a cheat engine that is specifically designed to go around Warzone's anti-cheat.
Ironically naming themselves engine owning KW.
Oh my God. So they got 14 mil from them?
Yeah, well, because, and this is astonishing, the number of downloads on this thing, like, and this doesn't even encapsulate all the cheaters, but this had over 72,300 unique downloads. And they got dinged at $200 or something. I think a DMCA violation. So they get dinged $200 per each of those downloads is where those damage numbers come from.
What were they charging?
I have no idea. I know that they were at one point reporting profits of like $3 million a year or something like that in the research that I did, but I didn't dive far enough. I don't really want to get into the cheating community. I didn't delve too far into the actual cost.
My biggest question, honestly, Abe, is did you see where they were located?
Germany technically is where this company is located. Yes.
So the question to me remains like, does this have to be in another like legally responsible country that will hold its residents, you know, for their actions that occur on the internet, like Germany will? Or like, would we be able to see success like this against a cheating engine in China or Russia, or, you know what I'm saying, like South Pacific Islander? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, like
I know that they named individuals though
done.
too.
Sorry?
So I had thought about that, and one of the things I looked into is they had actually also they did not just cite engine owning, they also named direct individuals that were you know, owners of the company. So not only did they peg the lawsuit against the company itself, but they directly went after named individuals. Which I think might help so that way if they're U.S. citizens that have a corporation in China or something like that.
Yeah. I think it's going to be very unlikely that we see a whole lot of wins on that front. And as a result, probably not so many people will consider running a cheating engine out of a country like Germany. You know, because now it's... Uh-oh.
Yeah, I would even... Just because business can be very slimy, I'd be curious if there's names in this. I'd be curious if like 3 weeks ago, if the owners were really like, yo, we're going to transfer ownership to you guys. You're going to get a fat check and just take the fall, catch a fat check and move on. Cause that happens too. So I'd be very interested to see if these are the real owners or if there's any change in ownership or new owners coming in the past month or two.
Again, I think like if it's all filed through, if they're being held responsible by a German court, I feel like they're doing their due diligence on that front to, see what's been going on. We'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, I think like the specifics of this case are probably pretty not super important. More so, any sort of potential threat for people who are going to delve into this arena is a good thing at the end of the day, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I think what Abe said, setting the precedent is huge.
Like, just to make them think twice, right? Now there's actual, precedent on the books.
Yeah,
it makes you think twice about potentially hosting something of this scale. I mean, 72,000 downloads. I think they have like concurrent player base for COD at this point in like the 100,000 range or something like that from what I've seen. That's a significant amount of people that have downloaded this cheat engine.
So 72,000 downloads, and they're on the hook for $14.5 million in damages.
Mm-hmm.
I think
$200
like
a download.
What a lot of people don't recognize too is like when you look at 72,000 downloads, one person in one match affects like 80 other people in a BR. It means that no one else has a chance to win that BR. And it's just like it's incredibly debilitating. Like there's like the Warzone cheating epidemic has been so bad for so long that like there's been so many creators that just like stop playing it and don't play it anymore, even though it was their bread and butter. It's just like they felt like they were being ignored by Activision because Activision is not winning this war when it comes to preventative measures. And obviously that sucks. And this is part of the war of attrition in preventing cheating. So I don't know, man. I wonder if there will be content creators who return to playing the game because they feel like there's some sort of renewed faith in what they got going on. So, I mean, that's like another part of it for Activision. So it's like, obviously, they don't give a shit about $14 million at the end of the day. It's Activision, but it does like the real profits are long-term play, the microtransactions that come from those, and of course, the creator support. Maybe they bump up a few slots in the categories of streaming platforms. So
I think that's probably how, like, I'd be interested to see how they created the damages or how they say the damages came to be. It's like one of these cheaters gets in, you're turning away lifelong customers. Like at 5, one cheater is equal to turning away 5 lifelong customers. Maybe that's how they got. Who knows? I don't know. But
I mean, realistically, I think it's in like it's almost unfathomable, right? Like one game they play in a day, 80 people affected.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay, the person plays 10, 12 games in the day. Do that math.
Yeah.
Do it for a week.
How many cheaters
and
does
it's
it take?
one cheater. With 72,000 slug.
But how many cheaters does it take to run into until you say, I'm done with this game?
Yeah, I mean, any game
how
that
do they make that calculation?
You have to understand, it's like it's not really 80 because some people are dying legitimately, and some people are so bad they don't even know they're dying to a cheater, right?
Yeah.
But it's the people that make it to the top 10 that. So also, Warzone has this interesting mechanic too, where you can spectate the entire rest of the match. Once you're dead and your team is out, you can just watch what happens. You can click through and watch people, and it's a nice way to engage. Like Dark and Darker also had this. It's not uncommon in the BR scene, and so it's twofold. One, it's a nice like break from like the intense gameplay that you're constantly focused on, so you get to like kick back, relax, go grab a coffee, go pee. Your boy can watch the match finish out if you want, or you can watch and see like what people are doing that are good, right? And then you try to emulate some of those things. And then on top of that, you can see when people are blatantly cheating, and you can report them during that also. And so it's a secondary anti-cheat method, right? Live review, if you will. So, definitely a lot of interesting aspects here. The at the end of the day, I'm not going back to Warzone.
I liked it,
I hate
dude.
to be the bearer of bad news. I don't think it's Warzone for me, boys. So.
Remember, before we switch topics, remember what were we playing the other day when you were spectating me and I almost took home the gold, but I was trash at the game.
It was a BR. It was a DayZ battle royale. It was good, man. You almost had it. Almost had it, bro.
Almost had it.
A little bit of panic. All good.
Oh god, a lot of bit of panic.
You got to put yourself in those situations frequently so you're calm and cool and collected under the pressure.
Yeah, the scope was broken though.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, what else we got, dude?
All right, well, we're gonna stick in the video game realm, and this is an interesting topic that I think bodes well with, or I shouldn't say bodes well, but goes well with a lot of other discussions in the gaming space right now, and that is that there was a user who recently submitted a ticket to Valve support for Steam, and in that ticket they basically stated that they would like to include their Steam account in their will and have it transfer to their heirs upon death. So, a lot of these games, you could have something like even just a single game in your account, Counter-Strike, with hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars of skins and things like that they wanted to have transferred to another person. Valve then came back and said, unfortunately, that's not how this works. Steam accounts and Steam games are non-transferable. Users cannot provide someone else with access to the account or merge its contents with another account, which means you cannot leave that as an asset. Yes. Despite being dead, you cannot transfer your account to another individual. So it sparks the question that we've been asking a lot lately with a lot of updates to EULAs and things like that. Right. And that's, do you actually own your games?
No, it's not a question anymore. Who is still asking that question? I thought we answered this question. You don't own anything. Sit in your pod, eat the bugs, and be happy. No, you don't. But they should put a clause in there for that. Situation.
It's always been their stance that it's like non-transferable, right? You can't sell your Steam account, and for despite the fact that people do every single day, people sell Steam accounts with all kinds of stuff on them, right? For one reason or another. I have bots hit me up to try and buy my Steam account every day.
Nice.
Or items that are non-transferable for certain games. PUBG partner jacket, I get hit up for that. I had a guy offer like 7 G's for it. Like, okay,
easy deal, dude. I'm schlanging that thing.
I have too many, like, my account is too industry deep. I got like too many industry people on the friends list that could be like finessed and finagled. It's illegal, or at least, against terms of service for Steam.
Okay.
And it is a pain in the ass because then I have to get rid of everything else on the account, right? Like all my CS skins, I got to pull all the value off of the account first, and I'm just,
it's too much.
It's too much, man.
What about
just to get scammed by some guy in Brazil with like a fake Bitcoin address? You know what I mean? It's like, what am I?
Why is he in Brazil?
He was. He wanted to pay in crypto. It's like, all right, bro. You could understand why I didn't like read super far into the situation.
I mean, I would take the crypto. If you were going to entertain the deal, I'd take the crypto deal over any other type of deal. But I'd need it first.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yes.
That's a fact.
What happens if you just give your Steam account to someone and just by login? Like you
can a sharing account and you can get it banned and have it and lose everything on it.
But what if there's only one person using it now? Like I'm dead, you have my account, you're using it. So it's one person.
People do that today all the time. I mean, you can give someone your login credentials,
for some reason,
can update payment info and all that stuff.
Yeah, for some reason this is just a weird one-off, and maybe they just wanted the story or the response from Steam to see what they would say. Obviously, they're going to give that person their login and never think about it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's still like if Steam was to come to the conclusion that the person on the account is not the person playing the games, etc., and there could be a problem.
I think that's BS, because to answer your question again, no, you don't own the game, because even if you didn't have the extra trinkets that you were talking about, the jacket, the frying pan, all that stuff, I bought $1,000 worth of games.
Right.
Like just the games in general, to have them. Like you can't, I can't give them to my son. Like when
Not a tangible copy. That's
that's
why it's a whole ownership issue. Crazy.
And that's the circular argument that keeps occurring, right? As we stray away from the disc at the GameStop in the box, you keep running into this issue.
Yeah, I mean,
there
it's
is one
like,
faction of people though that's probably happy about this, and that's the people on Steam that have been buying a very particular type of genre game. I think we all know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of pornography games on Steam now, and I bet you those people are glad their families can't see what they were playing. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think. I mean, their families can still see it. They just can't give it to anyone.
Well, they wouldn't
think
know.
they'd be
how,
mad
do you, how, do you,
still.
how do you know that they bought that game if they don't access the account?
depends on how private the account is set to in the settings.
Depends on where you're playing it.
I got a friend that just puts that shit on display, and I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
If you go through my
I'm not
Steam
naming
library,
names, but
if you go through my Steam library and see some of the games that were downloaded when I was back in the day when I was dating this Puerto Rican girl, she was all into the weeb shit, like the school, the anime schools, and the cooking, whatever she was playing. It was so weird, and she was using my account to do it. So if you now, when people go to download that game or look at the games that I've played, there's some weird stuff in there, bro.
Bro, I said I wasn't gonna name names.
Well, this is a different thing.
You don't gotta self-report like that.
You're connecting it now. I was reporting on a different segment of my library. Jeez. Anyway, Abe, no, you don't own the games.
Yeah. No, I mean I know that at this point. I'm just these are what's hot in the streets right now.
You can pirate an entire like the full library of games that ever came out for any other console on the internet and play through those.
But not. No, I'm not a story gamer. I'm an online gamer. You can't, when you pirate those games.
Yeah, but we're
can't
talking
really...
about stuff that was for like I'm talking like old Super Nintendo and N64 and GameCube.
Yeah, I get that. But what about DayZ? Like, I want my son to play DayZ.
Oh,
do you?
I don't think you do. I don't think you do. If we don't have a better version of DayZ by the time you got a kid that can play a game, I'm gonna snap.
It's just real
and you're
life.
dead. You're not only have a kid, but you're dead.
Crazy, man.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Okay. All right. Well, no, we don't own the games. You want to tie a ribbon on that one, Markstrom, or are you in agreement on that one?
I'm out on that.
Okay. What else we got, dude?
All right. So I'm going to dive over into the realm of AI now. So this one that caught my eye, that Google has been integrating AI into their search functionality now for a while, but they put it on full display. They actually announced that they were releasing this feature. So you now have this Google AI supported search functionality. You'll actually get in your search, you can get like AI suggests that it'll be like the answer to your question or helpful information about what you're Googling.
Okay.
The problem is that the accuracy of Google's AI has called into question for a lot of people whether or not we're ready to support this functionality on a grand scheme. And I'll give you an example of this. If you were to ask Google something like, hey, I just made a homemade pizza and I'm trying to figure out how I can prevent the cheese from falling off so easily.
Okay.
Right? Google's AI responded to that with an answer that basically said, add glue to it. It's better to use non-toxic glue in this situation, but you could add glue, a small amount of glue to the recipe, and that'll fix this issue. Okay. So that's obviously wildly incorrect. You should not do that. I'm going to say this right now to everybody listening. Don't put glue in your pizza, right? That information came from a 10-year-old Reddit thread, which someone clearly said this is a joke and had, to make matters even funnier, their username was Fucksmith. Okay, so they took this information from a user named Fucksmith that said add glue to your pizza. And it's been doing this with wild answers on a bunch of different information. And now people are questioning, okay, how are you sourcing this data? Why is Reddit being used as a source for the information? And a lot of other problems that are leading people to think this thing isn't ready.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to source through it all. And that's really what AI is not, it's smart. I'm not going to, I don't have the terms for it, but it doesn't have its own brain necessarily. It's more like I can look through all of this stuff, and whatever you're feeding me, I'll pull the best thing. I think they need to get better at what's the best thing and deciphering that's a troll, that's not a troll. And also, a lot of people, it'll take like the first 10 search results when the 11th one might be the best one, because all 10 up here are just using SEO and sponsoring things and stuff like that. So it has to get better at that too, at finding really what is the best answer.
Yeah, I actually saw a really interesting interview on this exact thing by the guy who made it. Or one of the main directors of the project. And so, I feel like the interviewer was pretty antagonistic when it came to this, because he pulled up an example that was equally ridiculous, right?
Okay.
It was immediately pointed out, though, the guy who created this asked the question, yeah, but did you click the button? Did we provide this automatically, or did you click the button to give you some sort of formulated AI response because you didn't want to look through the search? That's an option. It's an optional thing when you search. You can search a question, you get the Google responses.
Okay.
If Google doesn't feel really good about the response from AI, it's not built in. It doesn't just feed it to you. You have to go out of your way to ask for an AI synopsis of pulling all the information, then spitting it back out to you. And a lot of it is low fidelity. And they realize that and know that system is not ready yet for every query. It's ready for a lot of queries, and those are automated, and it will give it to you right off the rip. Here's the AI response for that. It will give it to you right at the top. So I think it's really important that when we're looking at a lot of these examples, it's really disingenuous if that difference is really important. And if it doesn't tell you like this was automatically fed versus I asked specifically for the AI synopsis of this, despite getting a bunch of relevant search results, it's two different things.
That was going to be my question. So on the Google side, are they transparent with what you just said, basically in the function, like in the UI when you're using Google now? Are they transparent with, if it's not front and center, probably not super accurate, this is experimental, blah, 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 any of that?
I think you have to, I don't know if it says like experimental response or like, which would be good. I agree. But I do know that like you really have to go out of your way to try and get the AI response. It's a button and it's not, I would never click it. Like I've looked at it. I've seen it and I've never clicked it. I never thought I've seen AI responses automated and I thought, nice. That's actually useful.
I don't have it.
Interesting.
I don't have it. I'm looking at, I just searched
maybe when you get your good computer back and it's free, you'll have it then.
It's on its way.
That's what I like to hear.
I'm looking to see if I can find it now.
Yes, please do. I just put in how to make pizza dough. Everything looks the same to me. No AI, no nothing. And
the little purple button. At least it is on mine.
I don't have a purple button, dude.
And maybe you're not in the beta test.
I'm not in the beta test. That's fine,
I don't think I'm
dude.
in the beta test either.
That's fine, Google.
What do you want?
Leave me out of the beta test.
I'll ask the same question.
God,
how can I keep the cheese sliding off my pizza? That's what I specifically searched.
Let's see what it says. What do we got here? Putting this into Google AI for the listeners out there that don't see anything. Do you
top response?
Mm-hmm.
Start with a light sprinkle of cheese directly on the dough, followed by your toppings. Finish with a generous layer on top, creating a melty barrier that holds everything together.
Is that AI?
Directly after that, it doesn't say that this is AI. This is the Google automated response.
The top, like, yes. I understand. It's pulling that from like an article, and you can see kind of where the source is.
The top link, how to actually stop cheese falling off pizza, don't use glue, !
So if that's the top link, what are the chances the AI click that link because it's the top link, And in that article, it sourced the Reddit kid, and it said like this trend of putting glue on pizza came from this, and it sourced it in the article, and the AI picked that section of the article. What are the chances it did that?
100%.
That's freaking crazy. What an idiot,
and
dude.
the person
AI is
wrote
so
this
freaking
article.
stupid.
Well, the person wrote this article so that they could get the ad rev because they know that this will be the top because this was a leading story.
Oh my god.
Because this isn't a real article. This is one paragraph. It's dumb as hell. This was made for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ads on the page itself.
Damn.
And that's with an ad blocker.
I mean, in that bread.
Here's my question though, and maybe this is where I'm stupid and don't understand AI, which can very well be the case. If Google has to fine tune the queries to make results come out acceptable and not tell you to put glue in your food, then what's the AI doing? Because that means that an engineer has to go in and fine tune the query. So the AI itself is not smart enough to recognize false information.
I think what it's going to come down to is dictating different sources or legitimizing sources, right? And so like I think, scientific journals and stuff like that, those kinds of answers are going to get flagged as good to go, obviously way sooner than Fucksmith on Reddit.
Fucksmith.
Shout out Fucksmith.
Also, buttons like, was this helpful or was it not? It's not necessarily manual. It's feeding it information and it's growing itself. So someone who got that answer with the pizza dough or the pizza cheese said this was not helpful. Maybe it tells the AI, maybe I'll throw Reddit through a couple more layers of consideration. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's what people were calling into question, is that there isn't really clarity from Google as to what elevates a response up the list. And that's what people are curious about, because obviously with these untested queries, it's pulling from sources like Reddit and stuff like that. People are wondering how it decides priority, probably questioning stuff like that. Shouldn't it be prioritizing scientific journals, etc.?
It's a catch-22 though, because it's like the better people understand it, the more it's going to be exploited for things that are not true. And so like that feels bad. You know what I mean? Like, so I get wanting to keep some of the tech and how it works close to chest. But there are L's with that too, obviously. So, is what it is, man.
That's why I'm a Chat GPT guy, dude. 4.0 can search the web now. It's wonderful, but it's very scary. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see where that goes, dude. We're on the ride. How interesting is it that we caught the end of video games, like console wise? Like we had a nice childhood with video games. No real.
We lived entirely through the age of technology, I think is what I'm trying to say.
And then AI is just going to take over, and we're going to see that too.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then we'll get to live our favorite movie, Terminator.
Period of time of humanity.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it, man.
All right. Well, let's hope that the next subject is a bit more upbeat and not about Terminator coming to kill us all.
It is. All right. So this is awesome.
Okay.
This is, I believe it's from a TED talk that introduced it, but it's a company called IYO, I believe is how they pronounce it, IYO.
Okay.
And they make smart AI earbuds. And I have a TikTok of him showing off this feature, and I'll get it over here and I'll share it with you guys.
Okay.
Let me unmute this site and the video.
Good.
And you're having trouble hearing your friends across the table. Hey, can you enhance the sounds that are right in front of me?
So it's filtering out the background noise and focusing on the people in front of him.
And can you turn that baby down? That's better. And I'm still having a little trouble hearing Pedro. Can you isolate Pedro for me? That's perfect. And my Spanish is a little rusty. Can I hear Pedro but in English?
And at the end of the trip, we came back to the city to visit the historic center.
Michelle, close all programs. What you just heard was a beamforming app with a computational.
So we don't need to get his full explanation. That's just a show off of the technology. But so what this thing is able to do is it's completely driven off of voice commands. They're AI earbuds, and you can do things like that to enhance the sound quality around you, adapt to the environment, and things like that. Really, really cool new tech.
Say the thing, Slum.
I mean, the concept, wonderful, amazing. But
I
you
could have used that. I still can.
Just one earbud. You mentioned this the other day, how when people do keynotes, it's a lot of pre-recorded stuff.
Fake as shit every time,
This is something that I would assume
it's not even an assumption.
Very fake.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying
it's not happening live. It's not a live demo of the technology. Yeah. It's prefab, put together, timed out. It is what it is. And that's how all of these work, right? Because the last thing that they want is for something to go wrong live, right?
Not all of them, bro. In the Steve Jobs day, he was doing it live and he freaked out a couple times and he threw the iPhone off the stage.
Elon put a fucking brick right through the glass that wasn't supposed. Well, yeah, the baseball. Yeah. Wasn't supposed to shatter.
Wasn't supposed to shatter.
Still shattered. That'll get you.
Still shattered. How did he have a? What was the video? Like, he's in the TED office, so where was the video? Was there someone sitting in a chair? Was it a robot with a camera on it? Because he turned his head and the camera turned. So what were we doing there? Like,
yeah, I'm not sure exactly what their setup was. The reality of the situation too, and like this is how like we're not just being like Debbie Downers or overly speculative, is the fact that you can't live translate in real time English to Spanish and vice versa because sentence structure and word order is backwards. So you're not getting the first half of the sentence and the first half of the sentence, man. And it's like, that's just not the way it works. And that's fine. You have to hear the whole sentence in Spanish and then you're going to get it in English. That's fine if there's a delay. You have to understand that that's what you're going to be working with. That's built in. So I don't know. It's very clearly prefab.
And this might not be the biggest argument, but in Spanish, the how you pronounce letters or words are very different, and there might not be similar sounds in the Spanish language than there are in the English language. And the way it just real time switched to the same exact Spanish accent, but smooth pronunciation on all the words, and they throw an in there. It's like, bro, I don't know. You don't even have those sounds to make that yet. Like, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he said, now I already have been feeding Pedro's voice into my AI for the past 2 weeks, so it knows him pretty well. Who knows? I don't think that's what he said, though.
We have a live language model of Pedro now, and
correct.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm sure this is the vision.
Like, that's obviously doable. Like that, just for clarity, like that is modern day tech for sure. Especially anyone that you're spending time with, like you can work. That's 100% workable. But like I said, like the reality is you're going to catch a sentence and then you're going to catch a sentence. And that's like not a big deal, right? Especially if they know you're using that. Like it may be a little awkward at first, but you get used to it.
And that's why when you have, like I have an app that you put on the table and you can have a Spanish guy and an English guy on this side. If you look at it, as the Spanish guy's talking, it'll have English words going for a sentence, and then another word will come through, and it's like, oh,
we lose a slummy.
Go real time, and then it finds that last word that makes a total different sentence, and it's like, let me fix that for you.
Yeah, it real time corrects, just like Discord did for your audio video. It's working on it, but your
internet's having issues, I think, Slum.
Do you think he hit one of the lines with the writer? Hopefully he didn't go through a fence or nothing.
Keep it going. Keep it going, dude. If I robo out,
dude.
If I robo out, push on, bro.
We need a scene in OBS. It's like experiencing technical difficulties.
And it's got the like the elevator music. You know what I'm talking about? Like the dun, 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 dun. That could be good.
Huh?
Eh?
No. All right.
We got your voice.
It ain't there.
We got your voice. It's like it's coming in and out a little bit. I know that there's some storms in my neck of the woods, and I don't think you're too far from me, so maybe
It's
that's the
every
problem.
time. Yeah, I think the tech is sick. Obviously, I think live translation is really sick. I think it's just one of those things that's going to continue to make the world like way smaller, which is always a good thing. I think that humanity benefits from people obviously recognizing that we're way more similar than we are dissimilar, and like tech has played a huge part in people realizing that. And I think the younger generation is infinitely more accepting of one another, which is very, very poggers overall. If you'll allow me to use the Twitch diction there. Yeah, very dope. I would definitely I would play around with one of these for sure. Do we have a price tag on this, or is it just
I
like
tried
soon
to
TM?
find. Let me see if they updated their site from the other week because I tried to find a good price point on these, and it didn't really have. There we go. They have a shop that's up and working now. So the wireless earbuds, I owe one pre-order deposit. So the deposit's $59, and the expected purchase price is around $600 for the 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi version. The 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi plus LTE version is around $700 with a $70 deposit.
I mean, you need the
Gotta
LTE.
have it.
Yeah, you gotta have
Gotta
the
have
LTE
it.
for sure.
Yeah.
What am I only going to use this in my house?
I mean, how much is a set of Bose? If they're high quality earbuds too, how much is a set of Bose earbuds at this point?
Earbuds?
Earbuds,
Yeah.
you can get a good ass pair for like 125 bucks. Good ass pair.
Okay, so it's a lot more expensive than that. I just thought that would be
A nice
closer
pair
for
of
some reason.
clips. They're nice.
These are,
dude.
I don't know what that brand is. These are 300 Bose Quiet Comfort.
But it's
AirPods are 190, which are not good quality audio by any means, but if you're a Apple guy, they're nice to have.
Yeah.
Their noise canceling is good. I give them that.
It is very good. And then Bose earbuds canceling are very good. They start hurting after a while, but I'm a big fan of Bose
Maybe
audio
you should figure out
quality.
what Clips is, because those earbuds are nice, bro.
I think I'm gonna mold earbuds.
You're gonna do the IEMs?
Yeah, or whatever brand. Because my right one always ends up hurting. So
You got two different ear holes. You gotta
absolutely.
That'll get you.
Yeah, I have to do the small rubber on my right side and the bigger on my left.
I wish I could find an earbud that was comfortable if I was laying down. Right, like because anytime I'm laying down, if I have to lay down on a side with an earbud, I just got to take it out.
In.
Yeah,
that's why you just keep the phone on the pillow and keep the volume at 1%, basically.
Why? Can I ask what world you're in when you're laying down with an earbud in?
There are times where my wife was watching something I didn't want to watch, and I brought something up on my phone and put my earbuds in.
Oh, interesting.
When you're road tripping, possibly sharing space.
Yeah, road trip is a good one too. Yeah, because I like to sleep with TV on, and if I'm sharing a room with someone, I don't want to blast.
I'm sharing a room this weekend.
They're not in the same boat.
Yeah. Good.
Well, are you sleep time compatible, or is it are you both TV on offers? Or
we're working, so I'm gonna be out and about and schmingling and whatever. Like with our nights are gonna end at the same time anyway, so
okay.
And we're gonna be pressed to go to sleep and wake up and do it the next day, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just I need that noise.
I hear you, Alexander.
So
we do white noise.
Yeah.
It's got the white noise. It's nice.
We watch TV shows, me and my wife, that we've seen like a billion times. So like Parks and Rec is a really good one.
Seinfeld.
Yeah. I think, guys, before I fully go robo out here, I think we have time for one more topic.
Well, then I'll give you a choose your adventure here.
I love that.
We could either talk about a new thing that we might be able to purchase that might eventually kill us, or drone light shows.
I'm biased on this, so I'm going to let Markstrom pick the one.
Yeah, let's
Come
do
on
the let's do the kill us one.
Let's go.
Sounds good.
Man.
All right, so I know that not that long ago we discussed the potential for buying the Cheyenne supercomputer. I think it ended up being way out of our price range at around like
Yeah.
350,000, if I
Yep.
remember correctly. But this is not an auction for this product. This is something that you can just purchase, and that is this humanoid robot that you could buy for $16,000.
Okay.
So this is the Unitree G1.
Okay.
And it's I'll turn the volume down a bit here. You can see a little bit of
The images
maybe
of
we
them
need
doing
volume,
karate,
actually.
and this thing
Yep.
stands up quite similarly to the one that we had looked at before.
Yeah, the
I,
new Boston Dynamics one.
The
Right.
Atlas.
I think this one still has joints that articulate more similarly to humans.
Oh,
But it does some crazy stuff. It just turned its
Mhm.
entire body around backwards and waved.
And like you could kick it and it doesn't fall down, which really
Okay.
makes me feel good about defending myself against it.
he's holding back a bit.
Yeah, he gets a big
Or he
wind
just-
up and then just doesn't.
Yep, you could tell he pulled
He also
back.
doesn't look like he knows martial arts or anything himself. very
Okay,
well.
so that joint's definitely
Oh,
all right.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
getting a little pretzel-y here.
Oh, this is for travel.
I like that. Yeah, he goes full
Okay.
compact. Why does he have to have a katana? What is that?
You know why?
It's
It's a
bow
big
staff?
Magic wand.
Looks like
So
a weapon
it's
to
like
me.
a
I'll
bow
be
staff.
honest.
Honestly, I'm
last,
gonna
yeah.
keep it a bean. That did not look smooth. that
But it can look. It can crack your walnuts for you.
I mean, this is quite literally the barely affordable model, maybe between 6 friends. But if you and 6 friends want to put together 16K, buy
okay,
yourself
okay.
a robot butler. Anybody?
Is this showing like the? No way, this guy's
Look,
soldering.
it's soldering so that it can make clones of itself to take over the world.
Yeah, I don't really like that it knows that technology. That
What
feels-
would you need if you were buying a robot? What would you want it to do?
I like the idea of it
So if you
cooking and
want-
cleaning. I guess that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if I'm going to spend money on things, it better solve some problems for me, or at least save me some time, right? So, I mean, anything in that realm.
Well, what do you got? What's the first thing you
It's
would
like
put it on?
tedious bullshit because everything else that I do in my life, I enjoy.
Alex, when she's making your breakfast, well, now it's enjoyable because she's bringing Liam up and you guys get to hang out a little bit. But now, if she wanted to,
I'm going to keep it a
bring the
bean.
breakfast up to
In the
bring
Liam
the
era,
breakfast up. That's
I'll make him breakfast every morning.
oh snap, dude. Well, in a few years.
Yeah.
That bring the breakfast up. It's gonna have to go up, however many flight of stairs. That's
It looks like it handles the
crazy.
stairs for sure. All
It
right.
seems like it can handle stairs.
All
Knock
right.
over a stack of papers.
No, that's Draco just throwing the bone around. Actually, he's not throwing it. You know who's throwing the bone around. I would do walking the dog. No, because that's Draco's my best friend. Got it.
Yeah, there's
Gotta
like
show
there's a
'em
bunch of
love.
things that like I thought mowing the lawn, but it's like nah, I like mowing the lawn. I like doing that. I like the additional exercise. If I was
Mowing the
doing
lawn's definitely on the list, dude.
if I was doing a rider mower for sure, but
Oh, I got it.
I'm actually
I got it.
getting
Folding
some
laundry.
decent exercise in while I mow.
Folding laundry.
Laundry's
That's one.
Laundry's a
I
good
would,
one.
I would want it to do.
Laundry's a good one. What else?
I can't fold laundry correctly. I can't make sure it's not wrinkled. I don't know how to do it anyway. So.
My first job was Abercrombie, so I'm kind of clean.
Oh,
with
you
it.
see, you're nice with it.
I'm very nice with it.
Did you have to replace the fumes that they put in their air?
I refused. I would never spray. They'd say, "Did you spray?" I said, "Of course." You smell that shit? Then never sprayed. Absolutely never sprayed, dude.
That's so good, dude.
I would be in there fucking 8 hours, man. I'm not spraying that shit. It's awful. It reeked, bro.
Bro, it's psychology, man. It makes people want to buy clothes.
I
I
don't.
don't know. That gives me a headache. It's like Bed Bath and Beyond.
To me,
or
it
not
keeps
Bed Bath and
people out
Beyond.
of
What's
store.
the Candleworks one or whatever?
So
Bath and Body
folding-
Works. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So laundry, folding laundry, doing laundry.
tedious shit that doesn't fulfill you. That's the key.
Yeah.
And that's
You could
probably
just take
different
half of
for
my
other
meetings
people.
for me.
Maybe painting a room in your house. I hate doing that. So maybe you could paint.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Cleaning is just like maid, basically a maid.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people that enjoy the act of cleaning though too. They feel like it's like a very accomplishing task.
What the fuck?
Absolute.
Who are those people?
I don't know. My mom's one of them. My mom likes to clean shit.
All right, send her over.
She comes up for a visit, dude. My house is immaculate every single time.
I think she lives close to me, actually. Let's not get crazy here.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man. All right, well, are these out yet, or is it pre-order?
I think you have to go. I tried to see what I needed to do to actually buy one. So if you go in, I think you have to like get on a list to try and get one. So it's
you buy one of these, you're definitely on a list.
Do you get the outfit that like they gave you a t-shirt and pants to put on it? Oh,
there you go. The G1 is the one that you can buy.
Okay.
16K.
So buy it. Let's see. How do we buy it?
It took me for their website's very confusing.
Here we go.
It took me forever to try and find it.
If I can have it help me make content, I'll write this bitch off this year, bro.
I mean, it would have to be the manual tasks that you can't already outsource. Like you can do a lot of AI in the computer, but like this is the manual tasks. You can put a face mask on it and be like, that's me.
I mean, like hang out with me on stream and like do gang shit together.
Okay, gang shit. I'm in. I'm in, dude.
I can have it get a lift in with me and I can test its limits.
Dude, maybe let's build out the proposal and maybe we invest.
Well, maybe you could if you had a manual labor job, send it to work for you, and then you make an investment, right? 16K. Now this thing works for you, right? And
send it to the mines, bro. I mean,
here's
the robots yearn for the mines.
Here's the scary part. It's not scary. It just is what it is. 16K. What's the lifespan? Let's say it's 5 years. That's 16K for a worker for 5 years. So now they're going to put it next to the lower wage workers, the burger flippers, the cashiers. You come with trouble.
Been a problem.
I know.
Been a problem.
I know.
Crazy.
They're doing that with kiosks already. It doesn't even need to flip the burgers.
I hate it. I don't like bad customer service in person. But I don't like kiosks. I'll take good customer service person over a kiosk any day. I enjoy it. Oh, all right. Yep. There you go.
He just wants to be a part of the pod today. I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
Well, I mean, I think that was the last topic, dude. We're gonna check in on this. We're gonna buy one, and we'll go from there. Why does his head look like the back of that AI pin, though? Are they rebranding?
It does look similar.
All right, dude. So you mentioned earlier that you're going somewhere this weekend. What are you doing this weekend, dude? Let us know.
Dreamhack Dallas.
Dreamhack.
I'm very excited. So I'll be in Dallas. If you see me, say what's up. Say what's up. I'm meeting some friends down yonder, and on Friday I'm getting in a live stream from the floor, and then on Saturday I'm hosting a panel discussion on streaming tech and you. It's gonna be good.
Streaming tech and you.
You like that?
That's what it's called.
Listen, I gotta brand everything. It's important.
Awesome.
So yeah, it'll be a fun weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Should be sick. Streams this week been phenomenal. I've been slid into a little Purple RP. Shout out Purple RP. Check out the wonderful, talented individuals over there. Just telling great stories, having a good time. We're definitely going to continue some more of that when I'm back from my trip. Also, it's a tournament in addition to a convention, man. So we're going to be watching a lot of great CS, the best teams in the world. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be really dope. Liquid, North American team qualified. Love that. And also G2 qualified after picking up Stewie, who is a North American legend and one of the C9 winners of the only Counter-Strike major for North America in its history.
Damn.
So, very cool. Gonna be a fun weekend. I'm looking forward to it. What about you guys?
Well, wait, where can they find when you're doing that stream on the floor? Where are they gonna find that?
Twitch.tv/Marsham.
Hey, what's going on with you, dude?
Not too much. I'd love to maybe slide into that purple RP. I have an application out there. Maybe someone can grease the wheels. I don't know.
Grease the wheels, bro.
But other than that,
squeaky.
I will be, as always, moderating the stream, interacting with the chat as much as I can. So you can also find me at twitch.tv/Markstrom.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful. My name is Slum. I sell coffee. I make cool videos and movies. I work with Markstrom a lot, and I have a wonderful time doing it. But you know what's really, really fun? This podcast. And just a shout out to the chat and the crowd that comes via YouTube, growing, showing support. Thank you guys and gals. I appreciate it, man. It's a good time. And I just like seeing it. Sometimes I'll look over and I'll have a little chuckle in there. So thank you for that. We appreciate it. So we do this podcast, the Plugged Podcast, every Wednesday, unless Markstrom has a baby or Abe goes on vacation. And Abe goes on vacation a lot, but I'm telling him to stop that so we can keep doing this. And we have a great time doing it. And we want to share that great time with as many people as we can. So would you kindly subscribe on YouTube, follow on Spotify. We're back on Spotify. Give a comment, be active in the chat, which you guys are. Appreciate that. And just share it with someone. Share it with your mom, your auntie, your brother, your dad, your cousin, and hopefully spread what we really enjoy doing, and they'll enjoy it as well. You never know. They could scroll past it, give it a shot, and find something we talk about funny, like the AI stuff, like Abe mentioning the AI is coming to kill us all. But anyway, this has been another wonderful... one more thing that I want to say, and maybe I'm saying prematurely. However, if you're here now, out of the 12 people that are still here, thank you for that. I believe Markstrom and I are dropping the merch very soon. So you're getting be ready for that. A little sneak peek, be ready. So it's coming. So thank you for being here. This has been another wonderful, wonderful episode of the Plugged Podcast. And we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Deuces.